welcome to episode 2 of CommunityMinded. We weren't able to interview Jeremy last week because we had a giant snowstorm and he was a little under the weather. So today I got with me Mr. Nick Kieffer, who is the CEO and president of the Goshen Chamber of Commerce. And our main topic today is going to be about business involvement, how to get involved. If you're starting up a business, how can you start your own business? What are some of the steps you can take? And then why you want to live, work, and play in Goshen. So with that said, Mr. Kieffer, go ahead and introduce yourself and explain a little bit about what the Chamber's mission is.
Yeah, so our mission is simple. It's to champion our community's business future. So anything we can do to help a business, all types of business, grow and thrive and support themselves to be profitable and beneficial to our community. That's what we're about. So that's in a nutshell what we do. So all businesses, all types of businesses, we work for on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I've been involved with you with 2 of the companies I've worked for, and I can say that you do that 100%. Everything I go to, everything I'm involved in, you're there and you're helping connect businesses with businesses or customers with businesses, and you really just help the whole area. So let's dig into our first question.
Okay.
So if you were a brand new company,
Sure.
or you were just an idea.
You got an idea, right?
Yeah, you have the idea. What are some of the first steps that you, if someone called you or called the chamber, you would send them in?
Yeah, absolutely. So somebody calls and says, I'm thinking about starting this business. It's a call we get fairly regularly. We initially point you right directly to our Indiana Small Business Development Center. We have a counselor that comes to our office twice a month, and it's free counseling, and they take you from your concept of an idea and walk you through all the way to setting up your business plan and meeting with bankers for loans and whatever you need there. So that's really the first step in that. It's a free service. We don't know anything about your ideas. It's completely confidential through the state. But that's a service that we like to provide, and I think it's very beneficial to go through that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it also proves your guys' value and like, hey, we gave them the information to get rolling, right. And then hopefully they become a member in the long run.
While they come in and counseling's all done in our building here, so hopefully they come in and kind of see what we do as a whole organization and maybe kind of show them the benefits of being a chamber member, for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. And the other thing I wanted to get into, which we didn't really talk about, was some of the programs that you do.
Yeah.
So those have proven to be really valuable to me, especially in my role. And I just want to talk a little bit about some of those programs and how you plan to continue those.
Yeah. So we like to talk. I call them my 4 dots. But connect, develop, inform, and advocate. Those are the 4 things that we do very well at the Goshen Chamber. And so we provide a variety of programs and events that fit under those 4 umbrellas. So our advocacy would be like our third house sessions, where you can talk to your state officials on things going on down at the State House. We're coming up on the primary, so you'll see a lot of candidate forums where you can get to know the candidates and kind of hear where they stand on some issues. So those are the advocate part of it. Connecting, we do a lot of networking events. Every event we try to have an element of networking in it, because the best form of business is business to business. So the more that businesses can interact with each other, get to know each other, and understand what we have in Goshen and all the different types of businesses we have in Goshen, the better. Develop, that's a pretty wide range. So that could be personal or company development. So we do we call it Chamber University, where that's our seminars and topics for that might be sales training, whatever that may be, or on the economic development side of things when we're working with the city on different issues there. And then informing. So as much information that we gather from local, state, and federal, and try to pass that along as best we can to our members, so that everybody knows what kind of is going on and what information's out there.
Yeah, an example of the informing would be like when Goshen got that new Walmart. like you guys knew a little bit ahead of time that something was being
Sure.
planned back there.
So, yeah.
And you guys told us that, hey, something might be happening.
Yeah, sometimes
we'll
we
give you
get
information as it comes to us.
Right. So we'll get tipped off on what's coming in or what's going on. Not all the time. There's a few
Sure.
projects that are held pretty close throughout that, but for the most part, we try to pass along as what we can because it's all about what's coming into our community, what's happening in our community, those aspects of it.
Yeah. Then I guess the final question, really, I want to make this one quick because I know you're super busy.
Sure.
Is how could someone get involved with the chamber? What are some steps they could do?
Yeah.
Say they work for a company, but they might not be in the right position to say, hey, I want to be part of the chamber. What are some things that they could just say, hey?
So we don't, as far as your position within the company, we hope we provide programming for everybody. So we're launching this week actually our young professional group. So if you are just starting out in the workforce in this area and kind of want to start building your network and developing, Thursday night at Constant Springs we have our first young professional mixer. So that's a program we're excited about. I think it'll change and develop as we go along, but that's one way you can get involved. We have a group called the Chamber Ambassadors, and those are volunteers that do a lot of help for us. We're a staff of 2 right now, so we really utilize our volunteers. But it's a great group. We have 30 business leaders from around the community that are a part of that and do a lot for us in the community. So there's another way that you can get out and introduce yourself into the community as well. So if you're new, it's a great way to network and get through there. Yeah. So there's just a lot of touch points that you can connect to our organization and really help your organization, your business move forward.
Yeah. So with that said, I mean, I'm an ambassador, so it's really great program. I love being a part of it. I also am pretty involved with the YP program.
Yes.
And that's something for 18 to 40 year olds, and we can go into a lot more information about that. So if you're interested, message me and I will tell you everything you need to know. Or call Nick. He'll help you too. So final question, I promise.
Sure, no.
Why would you say people should come live, work, and play in Goshen?
Ooh, good question. So we're a community that has a lot going on, a lot going for ourselves, and yet we're still kind of in that small town mold. So you can get to know each other real well. You can get to know the bankers real well, and those translate into transactions in a lot of different ways going forward. So we talk a lot about the time we've mentioned in some of our YP conversations, you could be 1 in 5 million in a bigger city, and that fits for some people really, really well. Or you can come here and be one of 32,000 and really roll your sleeves up. We have some great service organizations that do tremendous work throughout, so volunteering, getting involved, and really making a difference in your community, which I think is what you're trying to do here. That was a great segue. I didn't. But anyways, those are type of things that are available and are easy to get involved in. So for somebody that really wants to work that angle of it and really do that in their career and personal life, it's a great spot for it. And then the amenities, the trail system, the parks, all that kind of stuff, and we're close to everything else. So we want you to live, work, and shop in Goshen as much as you can, but also understand that going over to Middlebury or Elkhart or Napanee and going in those directions is a good thing too. So it's just a good spot to be in. It is. It is also the county seat, if you guys didn't know that. in our tourism stuff, we call it the center of it all. So we're try to have it all connected too. Yeah. That's awesome. The more you know. There you go. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up for Nick. So thank you guys for watching this week's Community Minded. Tune in next week. I think we're going to have a representative from Lippert Components about the acts of service. And then we'll get Jeremy on soon. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you next week.